100% of TVL 13 would be somewhere like the money you get in your hand is 2,800 euros.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, guys, welcome back to the podcast. So today we are discussing about how to get a PhD position in Germany. So I've invited my friend Raman for this podcast. He knows all the important bits that we need to understand in order to get a PhD position in Germany. So it will be a very good discussion. Let's begin with the video. Hi Raman, welcome to the podcast and thanks for doing this, man.
Hi Deepak, how are you? No worries, no problem.
I'm good, man. I'm good. So Raman, I would like to ask you like a very basic question, and then we will move on to some tough. We will move on to the tough question. So
Oh.
my question is, how can someone find a PhD position in Germany? Like for example, do you have any specific websites where people post their stuff, or should we directly contact to the supervisors, or how does it go there in Germany?
Uh, so I can tell you like from my case how I got PhD. So for my case, first of all, I am doing PhD in City University of Applied Sciences Bremen, and
Mm-hmm.
its German name is also called as Hochschule Bremen.
Mm-hmm.
So in my case, my professors they put the vacancy on the university website and your access. I think you already know
Yeah.
access, and I think I'm not sure like it was posted on findaphd.com as well. So
Okay.
I found it on your access. Then I went to university website as well and found it there. So I
Yeah.
think your access is the most common platform you'll find this position in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
So uh, most of the project or most of the students I came across, my friends, whom I asked like, how are you able to find positions? So all of them were like, it was an open position. We gave
Mm-hmm.
interview. It was a vacancy, and then we cleared the interview, and we are here. So
Yeah. Yeah.
mostly it works like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there are many other websites like academicpositions.com. Your access, I think on your access you can find positions for entire Europe.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I think yeah, of course.
yeah. And one of the ways, as you said, like you can find it on the university website as well. So yeah, these are the points, I guess. And what do you think are the requirements in terms of like documentation or like any exams that you need to get into PhD position in Germany?
Um, I think like if a position is online and anybody across the globe can apply for it, so they are looking for a person who can do PhD in English,
Mm-hmm.
English as a language. So like for me, there was no requirement to clear IELTS or GRE or anything.
Okay.
I had my bachelor's degree in English and then my master's degree also in English, and then it was enough. Also, I had a publication, so my professors were sure, like, okay, I know English because of this fact. So I think good knowledge of English language would be required because you would be doing,
And also the subject.
yeah, of course, that matters. So the position for which you are applying, you should have knowledge. So if you don't have, you won't be able to clear interview. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure, 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 sure. And like, do you reckon is there any specific time where people post a lot of PhD positions, or like is it the intake is throughout the year, or like is there any specific months where people like like take their PhDs? For example, as I remember from the UK when I was doing my PhD, people used to. That's what the major intake was September. September was the major intake, but they used to also hire during January period and also during the May period as well. So it was like the how's it in Germany?
So in Germany, it's like PhD students are employees also. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like they are student, um, and it doesn't matter on time. So you are an employee at the same
Mm-hmm.
time you are an student. So PhD positions are a collaboration with some industry here.
Mm-hmm.
So so you are trying to solve a problem, and then your project is in collaboration with the industry, and you are a worker. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was no specific time. So as soon as my documentation work was complete, so I could
Mm-hmm.
join at any random time throughout the year. And
Okay.
it might also be like if you are a student only PhD,
Mm-hmm.
like for science, like you are not collaborated with some industry.
Industry.
Then
Yeah.
then in that case, maybe like if documents are processed as a student through the university, then there might be some specific time frame or window. But
Mhm.
mostly people I come across, they are also employees, and there is no such time frame or something. So you can, as soon as you find your position and apply for
You
it,
can
so
join.
time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can join then immediately. Yeah. Okay, good point. Uh, I want to now understand like how is the course structure? And when I say course structure, please explain me from the very beginning. Like, do you have to do any like academic writing training, or of course, like research integrity is like everywhere, and like how long is the PhD, and how do you also have to do any coursework to complete some credit course and everything? So yeah, all these points I want to understand.
uh, First of all, I would like to tell you something about universities here. So there
Mhm.
are two types of universities in Germany. One of
Okay,
them are called Hochschules,
okay.
and literal meaning in English is high school, but they are not high school, they are also universities.
Mm-hmm.
And other are universities and technical universities. So you can say Hochschule and universities.
Mm-hmm.
So Hochschule can give bachelor's degrees and master's degrees,
Mm-hmm.
but universities can give bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees.
Mm-hmm.
But person can also do PhD in Hochschule,
Mm-hmm.
but Hochschule has to collaborate with some university for that. In
Okay.
my case, my university is, as I told, City University, so University of Applied Sciences Bremen. It is
Mm-hmm.
also called Hochschule Bremen. So
Mm-hmm.
Hochschule, as I mentioned, cannot give PhD degree. So in my case, collaboration with a university known as Technical University Ilmenau.
Okay.
So you can do PhD in both the universities, but I didn't had to find any collaboration or something. My
Mm-hmm.
professor managed that. So my professors at Hochschule, they wrote the project,
Mm-hmm.
and they had funding and all, and they found a partner at Ilmenau,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it works. And the question you asked about the course structure, so uh, it's I would say it's weird because it's different for different universities, I would say. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in my case, the requirement was I had to clear an exam
Mm-hmm.
in a course optics. I don't have to do anything with optics in my PhD, but like when I joined TU Ilmenau, I got confirmation. Okay, you are accepted, but you have to clear this exam with credits about 2.5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just pass. So the marks what matter in my PhD, I have to just clear that exam. And
Mm-hmm.
one of my colleague also had collaboration with University of Bremen. She also had
Mm-hmm.
to clear one exam, but I know some people, in their case it is not a requirement. I
Okay.
do not know how it works, but just one or two exam you have to just clear. So yeah,
Yeah.
other than that, it's your just PhD thesis.
You just have to do the research and then different,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You know.
Yeah. And what one of the questions that people often ask me is about can we do a PhD directly after bachelor's? So is it possible there in Germany to do a PhD directly after bachelor's? Have you seen someone doing this?
I haven't come across anybody doing that. Maybe in some other countries I have heard, you might have better knowledge to me. In Australia, I have heard it's possible. In India also, but here I didn't
You
come
didn't come
across
across
anybody.
anyone. Yeah, I
Mm.
know that. I mean, although I know it's possible in the UK, but you need to have a very good background in your bachelor's in order to have like directly in order to go directly from bachelor's to PhD. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, one of the questions that often ask other people as well is like, why do you think people should come to Germany to pursue PhD?
In Germany are looking for skilled labor.
Mm,
So skilled labor in the sense, if you are a researcher or you have any skills, doctor. So if you do your PhD
mm,
from here, they won't let you go away. They would be like, oh, please stay here. They would provide, even if after your PhD you are not able to find job,
mm,
they would support you for an year. They would
mm,
give you money to stay, and they would help you to find some position. So if anybody wants to build their career and want to stay in Germany,
mm,
then doing a degree would be very beneficial and useful. So
mm,
if you do your master's or PhD, then there are very good chances, if you are sincere, like you can just stay very easily, find jobs here, and a lot of
mm,
opportunities are here. And I personally like lifestyle here. People are very cool and sincere, and uh,
mm.
yeah, it's
Okay,
nice.
okay. And do you have any advice for people looking for PhD in general, also if they want to come to Germany?
Um, I would say like if you are, of course, first thing like uh, do not just apply for any position uh,
Mhm.
because yeah, you might clear the interview, but later then it would be a headache if you don't know uh, this area. So do
Okay.
not jump into it. First thing I would say, uh, if you are expert or if you want to do research in some area, just scroll through different websites from
Mhm.
universities in Germany and find
Mhm.
some professor who is doing research in that area.
Mhm.
And then if you have some idea, just write to him like you have
Mhm.
this idea. Should we apply for some funding?
Mhm.
Can you
Yeah.
support me or something? Or
Yeah.
in some cases they already have some projects. So it's not like if they have some vacancy or some idea, they would post everything online. So if you just
Okay.
tell them and if you are telling them I'm doing research in this area and I like the area and then could we do something together? Might be possible that he would offer you something if
Okay.
he has already. So thing is just go through, do some research, find professors working in your area and then write to them. So
Mhm.
do not wait for vacancy like, oh, I cannot see any vacancy on online platform. Sometimes
Yeah.
you won't be able to. So just write to them, make this happen. So do not wait.
Yeah.
Just write to professors.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. A few advices from my side are like people should also look for whether there are, whether there are all the facilities available in the institutes where they will be working, because sometimes what happens like you might be selected for the position, but there are no facilities, so you have to like travel a lot and like, you have to arrange a lot of things, so which wastes a lot of your time. And also, which is like the most important thing which people should do, just don't jump into PhD because you're not getting a job or something, but just do it just because you want to do it, because it's not that easy. You can get into PhD very easily, but getting out of it is not that easy.
Yeah, of course, it's it's not like you have to go and do
A
8 to
master or
4,
PhD, yeah.
8 to 5 job. It's like you would be stressed. So better if you find a PhD you would love to do. You
Yeah.
are good in that area. You are excited to work in that field.
Yeah.
That that would be great because if
Mhm.
you are not, then you have to find something new and
Yeah.
in your research. And if you are not good or not happy or not willing to do that, it would be really hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think like if you apply for some PhD here, so this problem should not come of like you don't have facility or something. Already, like if a professor is writing a proposal or something, it is
Mm-hmm.
already taken care of in that proposal. Like only if he is having all the facilities he claims, only then he
Okay.
would get the grant. So if you
Okay.
are getting a grant, so it would be like you would have all the facilities. So I think so.
Okay. 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 Good. Good. Okay, now I have some like a very general question. Do you, because in Germany usually what I have heard is like people don't speak like a very good English. So do you think there is a problem with the language? Have you ever faced any problem with the language?
So speaking about my professional career, no problem. My
Mm-hmm.
professors they speak English. Students in the universities, my students they speak English. So my work group, everybody speaks English. So professionally, I do not have any problem,
Mm-hmm.
and I am doing my research in English only.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into markets or for your personal life, you come across people, you go to barber shop or bakery or anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is speaking English, and even if
Mm-hmm.
they are speaking, they are not very good. So
Mm-hmm.
if your goal is just to do your PhD and like you have to leave after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to learn German, that's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have a long-term plan or if you want to involve or learn culture or something, then I would recommend to learn German
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
then it would not be fun. If you want to live in this country and you do not know language, then you would not be happy.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's important to get involved with people so that you can learn the culture as well, because 3 years like it's a very long time, and you will be bored if you will be only doing your PhD. So it's better that you learn the language and explore the culture. So it's better that way.
Yeah, in my case, when I came to Germany, I was living with a German family,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, I was talking to them. Like I had little knowledge of German, and I was talking to them every day in German, sitting with them. And I came in Corona time, so they were my friends. I, then I just learned talking to them like a child. I never went to any language school or something. I was
Okay.
just repeating when the words they were repeating, and then yeah. But
Okay.
it's fun. Like if you know German, you can communicate with everybody. I can communicate with everybody, and then it gives me confident. It's not like, oh, in every situation I am just like what to do. I cannot explain, and then it's you would be stressed out.
Okay. 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 Now I would like to know, like, how's your professional and the personal experience of doing PhD in Germany?
Uh, I am happy. I would say I think it depends upon your work group, your professor, and all. So in my case, I'm fortunate enough. I have super supporting professors, and
Mm-hmm.
my professional career is going very good, and I don't have any problem.
Mm-hmm.
And and personally, also, I would say I like the country, but it's very cold for a person who come from India. Yeah, it's cold right now. Also, it's something
And
like
especially you are towards the north, so it's anyhow cold, right?
yeah. So it's cold. I have just one complaint with Germany. The temperature
Uh,
is really low. In a year, like 3 to 4 months, it's kind of spring, which these people claim summer. I do not.
okay.
And other than that, it's just gray, dark gray sky. So, but yeah, personally, uh,
Okay.
just weather is my
So you
problem.
don't like the cold. That's the only complaint you have with Germany.
Yeah, other than that, people are really nice. Architecture is really nice. Food, bakeries, German bakeries are world famous. I am just addicted to German breads and all.
Okay.
Professionally, I love my work group. I told you, and
Uh,
yeah, it depends upon work group. I would say your
mhm.
professor. Some professor might stress you out, but my professors are really cool,
Mm,
and everything is going smooth for me.
okay. Good. Good. So I have a last question for you, which is because when somebody starts anything, he or she is looking for ROI, the return of investments, right? So my question is, what are the job prospects after your PhD if you are joining any PhD position in Germany?
As I mentioned before, also, uh, like Germany is looking for skilled labor, so
Mm-hmm.
and if you have like of course you can apply for job seeking visas, like if you have degrees from some other countries you can apply for visa and come here they're looking. But if you already did some degree from here, bachelor's,
Mm-hmm.
master's, PhD, then they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty much sure like you came from their system, and then they believe that, and then it would be really easy as compared
Okay.
to other. So if you
Mm,
do any degree from here, they won't let you go easily. So you
okay.
have to say, oh please let me go. They would be like, no, stay, you are a good person. So it's very easy. If you get a degree, it's easy. If you are sincere to get a job here, not a problem, I would say.
Okay. Raman, I have one more question for you. So usually, people are also interested in knowing how much salary do you get. So are you comfortable sharing like what information, like are you comfortable sharing the money that you usually get for a PhD student there in Germany?
Uh, yeah, so it's like in India, there is a fixed scholarship mostly, like you would
Mm-hmm.
get this amount of money, but here it's not. It
Mm-hmm.
it depends upon the project. For
Mm-hmm.
example, your project is with some automobile company, BMW,
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes, yeah. Or if your project is in some other line, chemistry or something, but you don't have great funding. So
Mm-hmm.
according to that, your salary would be decided. So when
Okay.
your professor would be writing your funding, then
Mm-hmm.
he would be writing like, as I mentioned, you are an employee while
Mm-hmm.
doing PhD. So he would be writing, are you doing full-time job, like
Mm-hmm.
8 hours every day? or 6 hours every day, 5 hours every day. So depending
Okay.
upon that, you would get like 100% salary of a
Okay.
worker, like
Okay.
65% or 50%.
Mhm.
And there is a scale for this PhD. This
Mhm.
scale in Germany is known as TVL 13. So 100% of TVL 13 would be somewhere like the money you get in your hand is 2,800 euros.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
If you get 100%, and if you are working like a 100% employee doing your
Mhm.
work every day 8 hours, like you have to be there, then you get like after paying taxes and all, you get 2,800 in your hand, and
Mhm.
you are paying taxes also. That's very beneficial in Germany. Like if you are
Mhm.
unemployed, then German government would take care of that because you paid taxes, and they would support you in when you don't have your job.
Mhm.
And like if your professor has written a funding for like 65% work time, because
Mhm.
if like he would write funding for 100% and then there is not enough money, there is a possibility that funding could be rejected. So professors write like, okay, let's write for 65%, then money would be reduced.
Mhm.
Then in that case you would get like 1,800 after taxes and all in your hand.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
50% would be like something 1,500. So I have come across some people who are doing on 50%, I myself doing on 65%, and my
Mhm.
one of my flatmates, she is doing PhD on 100% also, getting
Okay.
2,800 after taxes. But
Mhm.
I would say like 65% is good enough. Like if you are staying in my city in Bremen, uh,
Mhm.
I am paying like for myself 400 euros, 500 euros for my house rent, and
Mhm.
like 300 euros additional for my food and all. And
Mhm.
in 1,000 euros, you can just manage, and then 800 you can put in your pocket savings and all. But
Save
it's
and
it's
travel around.
yeah, whatever you want. So it works like that. But uh, like it doesn't mean if it is 65% you have to work 65%. Life of a PhD student is they are working like double time always. So
Yeah.
it's always same. Even if you are 100%, 65%, 50%, they all work like day and night for
Yeah. Yeah.
however
Yeah.
they are motivated. So it's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think life of a PhD is like 24 hours, 365 days, and for entire life. So it's like that.
Yeah. But depending upon money, like on what scale your project is written, so you get that money. But working times are for everybody like maximum.
Okay. Thank you, Roman, for giving us your time. It was really great to catch up with you after a long time.
Yeah, you have to give me a treat or party for that. You tortured me to give this interview.
Okay, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching the entire episode. Now, if you have any questions or if you want me to make a podcast or invite someone for any particular question, you can leave your questions in the comment sections. And also, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get all the information. And also, please don't forget to press the bell icon.